Went to William Raven Love Fellowship under the leadership of William Raven. I was a member of Mount Carmel Missionary Baptist Church under the leadership of Bishop Marcus Campbell. And now I'm at Noah's Ark under the leadership of Elder John Haynes.
You got a journey.
Yeah.
You had a journey.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, and God has blessed you on your journey. Now that you're Primitive Baptist, and being Primitive Baptist now, there are some things that make us a little different from other people in other denominations. There are some things that we do that they don't do. We have two scriptural officers of our church. Could you tell me or tell us who are the two scriptural officers of the church?
The pastor and the deacon.
All right. So the pastor and the deacon. The deacon. All right. So when you have pastor and deacon, you need to make sure, and you're correct in your answers, you're going to need to make sure that you have some good deacons to go along with what you do in your ministry. Paul, I believe, shares with Timothy in 1 Timothy chapter 5 and 22. Don't be quick to lay hands on anybody. It's going to be important for deacons that you get a whole lot of guys that come up to you, and they'll be good people. You make them a deacon sometime, they'll change on you. Now, it's been our practice, or my practice, in our church. Each church may do differently, but in my church, what we do, deacons, and this may be a good thing for you to consider, is that deacons and deaconess is something that's done annually. That's what our discipline says. That just because you're a deacon this year doesn't mean that you're going to be a deacon next year. And it's in our discipline. And that's some things our writers, our fathers who wrote the discipline, wrote some things in that can help us as pastors, and that can help the church as well if we stick to it. I encourage you to stick to the discipline as close to it as you can, because it'll get you out of a lot of messes that sometimes people can tend to lead us into. So you answer correctly. Pastor and deacon are the scripture officers of the church. How many books of the Bible are there?
66.
66, all right. That takes care of your scripture now. The other thing I want to ask you about is we have 3 ordinances of our church.
Yes.
Could you talk about those ordinances of our church?
Okay, the 3 ordinances: baptism, Holy Communions, and washing of the saints' feet.
Yes, sir. So when we baptize, Jesus was baptized.
Yes.
And when we're baptized, there are generally 3 things that it symbolizes. One being the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. The second being that it's the newness of our life, down with the old man, up with the new. And then the third thing that the baptism would symbolize is that when I'm gone, one of these days when the Lord comes back, I too am going to get up and be called in that number, whether I'm in a mausoleum or in the ground.
Yes, sir.
When the Lord comes back again, I too will be raised with him. As it pertains to the Lord's Supper, the Lord's Supper is something that we come together to do, to symbolize, be symbolic of his body. One Friday he did die. He says, often as we do it, we show forth the Lord's death till we come back again. The wine being a symbol of his blood, and the bread being a symbolic of his body that was broken for us. Remember to share that with the church. Don't forget about this third one. It's a new thing, I think, sometimes in Primitive Baptists, because we say it's, we don't want to do the third one, and that is washing of the saints' feet. Washing of the saints' feet is important. It's important that we carry and go through it, not to try to save time, but that we include it in what we do. Will you include washing of the saints' feet when you do your communion?
Yes, sir. I found it really is spiritual, and being obedient to Christ is rewarding. And when I was taught to wash the feet, washing of the saints' feet, it was emotional feeling in my heart of the obedience of Jesus Christ. So I enjoy washing the saints' feet, now that I know why I wash them.
That's good. Let's talk a little more about that. So when we wash the saints' feet, it's more so about being a servant and being submissive, servant, really. It could be me tying your shoe. It could be me picking up paper. It could be, I'm willing to be a servant. We use it in our church as a symbolic of washing the saints' feet, but it's really about being a servant. We got to be willing to be, and you as a pastor have to stress it's important that we serve others. That's why we do this. Are you willing to put emphasis on serving others?
I will. God be my strength.
Amen. You talked about going through, experiencing God having you, keeping you, and sometimes death happens. It's going to happen all of us. But life is real. You're going to encounter situations in your pastorate, even in your family life, if you haven't already experienced those who have died in the Lord, but yet they weren't doing what the Lord required them to do. And as a pastor, you got to face questions from little Momo and JoJo. Pastor, are they going to hell because they were smoking dope, had a heart attack and died? Is he or she going to hell because they were caught with somebody else? Are they going to hell because they were at a party and got shot up? You got to answer those questions. Those hard questions. And what we have to hold on to is the Word of God.
Amen.
It was touching to me. I had experienced that. Members that you love come out of wedlock and they died. And the spouse asked me, Pastor, are they burning in hell? Yeah, like that pause, I paused. And I said, you know what? Jesus' work on the cross.
Right now.
Died for my present sins my past sins and my future sins. The only one act that can discount my salvation scripturally is if I deny that he even exists. So, that being said, are you comfortable with holding on to the word of God? Should you experience this, should members come and talk to you, what will you say? Brother future pastor to be, what will you tell
them? That once saved, always saved. No man can take you out of the hand of Christ, which God gave you to them from the foundation of the earth. No man can take you out.
All right. You know, I'm thankful about that. That no act can take me out, and no act that I do gets me in.
Amen.
Some folk think, because we quit smoking dope, because we quit doing something, we in the kingdom. But our one act, or 10 acts, is not what gets us in heaven. It's the act of Christ that gets us in. May God bless you. May God ever keep you. I've enjoyed this dialogue and discussion with you. And now you're in the hands of